Is he going like this behind me?
Ready? Good evening. Welcome to the Milford Township Municipal Building and the monthly Planning Commission meeting. This time I call the meeting of February 2nd, 2021 to order. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, this meeting is also being streamed live online. If you have previously arranged to participate via telephone, you'll be called at the number you provided at the appropriate time. When you are connected to the meeting, you'll need to begin by stating your name and address for the record. Also, there's a delay built into the live stream. To prevent echoes and confusion, please turn down the volume of the meeting video while on the phone. Now all please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. If you haven't already done so, people in the audience, please sign the attendance sheet back there for the record. Thank you. I'd just like to introduce our members of the Planning Commission and our support staff. Sitting directly in front of me here with the Penn State hat on is Doug Prozan from the Planning Commission. On my left, immediate left here is Tony Sitter. On my right is Dave Skelly. The young lady over here on to the left side is Julie Maggio, the Assistant Zoning and Development Officer. In the black jacket is Jennifer Hernandson, Township Council. The green shirt there is Matt Waldinger, Director of Planning and Development. And over to the right there is Matt Puzz, the Director of Planning and Development. I'm sorry, the Zoning and Development Officer. And I'm Gene Strohmeyer. And we have also on the telephone our newest member, our new alternate is Ray Reed. Before we begin, I'll call for a motion to accept the minutes of last month's meeting as written.
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Anyone opposed? I didn't think so. Milford Planning Commission is a recommending body that hears testimony, asks and answers questions, deliberates, and passes our recommendation on to the supervisors who make the decisions on the issues brought before us. The subdivision acted on by the Planning Commission will be considered by the Township Supervisors at their regular meeting to be held on Tuesday, February 23rd at 7 p.m. in the Township Assembly Room. Okay, the first item on the agenda tonight is, hang on a second, I'll turn this one around, is Edgemere Place subdivision. It's a subdivision plan to show the creation of a parcel 1B-A, a 20 foot by 213 foot, 9.90 feet lot from tax parcel 33-14-43-29 with a residual lot of 0.71 acres. Parcel 1BA has become an integral part of tax parcel 33-14-43-30, creating a 0.49 acres located along the north line of West State Street, east of Nevada Drive and track number 37. We do have someone calling in for this one.
Good. I was calling because you wanted to participate in the meeting tonight. So I'm going to okay. Yeah, I know you're assistant from the call. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer you to the chairman and then we'll be on so everyone can hear you.
Okay. Hello?
Hi, this is Bill Kelly.
Yes, sir. Okay, I just wanted to check to make sure that we were connected properly. Okay, you are representing the Edgemere Place subdivision, correct?
No, I actually represent the prospective seller of the parcel to Mr. Bongiovanni.
Oh, okay, all right. All right, go ahead with what you're doing here, what they're doing.
So my client owns the parcel that Lighthouse Jewelers is on, as well as the vacant property to the west. We were approached by Mr. Bongiovanni, who was interested in buying the vacant lot, but in order to, I guess, accomplish the construction or design issues that he wanted to accomplish, they wanted to buy a small sliver, a rectangular sliver on the, it would be the western boundary of the Lighthouse property, his eastern boundary. And my client does not have a problem with that. We indicated it would be incumbent upon Mr. Bongiovanni to do the subdivision plan, and as long as it did not result in any land use restrictions on the Lighthouse parcel, parking setbacks, things like that. And I don't believe it would, but that's the only concern that we expressed. But other than that, if he desires that sliver of property to be joined to the parcel that he wants to acquire, that's okay with us.
Okay. Okay, does anybody have any questions for him?
Do not.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Have a good night.
And you also, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Now you got another one, right?
And then we have somebody in the audience too.
Pardon me?
There's a gentleman in the audience who'd like to.
Didn't you have someone, this, Nina?
Yes.
Actually, let's go here.
I'm sorry, what?
Let's see if anybody else
Okay.
is here first, and then we'll call.
Who in the audience here is, wants to speak for this? Please give us your name and address.
Yeah,
again.
John Bongiovanni, 417 Frontier Drive. I'm the person of interest that wants to buy this lot. And it's a simple adjoining of an 80-foot wide lot with a 20-foot parcel that the gentleman that owns Lighthouse Jewelers Building also owns. And so the goal is just to have, as you've seen on the diagram, a even 100-foot wide lot between the old Van Tile and the Lighthouse Jewelers Building.
So it's 80 feet wide now, you're gonna add the 20 feet, make it 100.
20 feet,
Okay.
20 feet to the east to make it an
And
even 100.
theirs goes to 125. No,
Say that again?
I'm talking to myself.
Okay.
Okay, any questions for him? Anyone? Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else in the audience? Okay. Stand by a moment, we do have one more call or one other person who wants to talk to us remotely. Was everybody out there able to hear that attorney on the phone? Because I put the microphone down, okay. No? No answer?
Mr. Chairman, may I suggest maybe we go on to the next item? After we're done with that, we can attempt to contact this person one more time, and if they don't answer, then we'll move on.
We'll do that. Okay, we're gonna hold up on the, and for a little bit here, go to the next item, or the other item on the agenda, And we'll come back to this one and try and contact this person via telephone again. The second item and last item is a subdivision plan for Whispering Woods Estates 7C. It's a major subdivision plan to show the creation of lots 217 through 234 and lot 236A, 19 lots in total with associated stormwater, utilities, easements, and street improvements. The lots will have frontage along Mystic Ridge, which connects to Stone Creek Drive and Forest Crossing and Track 354. Sir.
Mike Sanford, 4721 Atlantic Avenue, here on behalf of the applicant. It's pretty straightforward. It's a major subdivision because we're creating a roadway, but we're just creating 19 lots along this stretch of roadway. It's a relatively straight stretch. There's a small curve, but it's connecting an existing road to the east and an existing road to the west. This is the final section of the Whispering Woods subdivision. Again, 19 lots. We're not aware of any modifications or variances that we're requesting. We did submit the engineering drawings for the proposed public street, and stormwater's been approved years ago for this phase, and erosion control's already in place, and we're just here tonight requesting your approval.
All right. You had some questions for him.
I have a question. For stormwater runoff from gutters, is it being directed to the street stormwater, or is it being directed behind the properties?
It all goes to, it's conveyed to the street, so from the homes, it goes to the street storm sewer, so it can go down the storm sewer in the street to the stormwater pond.
Thank you. That's my main concern.
All right,
I guess I have a question about the conservation areas. So there's a deed restriction on each individual lot indicating it's a conservation area. And apparently it's up to the township to enforce that, to make sure nothing is built in that area.
Not necessarily. The conservation easement was a requirement of a permit that was issued by DEP.
Okay.
There is a recorded document. The conservation easement that was granted to the homeowners association. So it was not granted to the township. It was not granted to a LERC or anything like that. It was granted to the homeowners association. So in my opinion, they're the people that have to enforce it, because they were the grantee of the easement.
Okay, so the holder of the easement, the enforcer of the easement is the association.
That's who it was
Not
granted.
it's not DEP, it's not the township.
Correct.
Wonder how that's gonna work out as years go by. Okay.
Mr. Skelly, if I may, just the simple fact that the easement is on the Mylar, it has been carried over from previous phases with the meets and bounds. Those are then placed on the township property maps, and so we're aware of them, and when permits do come in for any of these lots, we would not issue any permits that were to encroach on the easements. That doesn't control anything that might be built, but anything that requires a permit at least is checked through the township.
Thank you.
okay, any other questions for Mr. Sanford? Okay, thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Anyone else care to speak about this issue? Okay, we're gonna attempt to call her again. Huh? Everybody stand by one more time here. Ray, were you able to hear all the stuff about that?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes, Gene, I was. Thank you so much. I do have a couple questions when we get into deliberation, however.
Okay. For us or for the, Mr. Sanford?
No, for you guys, for the commission.
Okay.
I would say that we failed after 2 spaced out attempts. We've done our best, so I think we need to move the meeting along.
Okay. All right, we have not been able to contact the other person, individual who was wanting to speak on the first item on the agenda there. So we're going to, we made 2 attempts to get a hold of her. And That's the best we can do. Okay, that's the only two items on our agenda tonight. We will go into our deliberations and discussion on this amongst ourselves and make a recommendation to the supervisors. You're welcome to stay for this phase of it. We will not accept any more conversation or information or input from the audience, but you're more than welcome to stay and see how we work out with this. Doug, you just gonna sit there like that? Or? Hmm?
Want to ask
Ray,
Ray?
your questions were on which item?
On the Whispering Woods.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second.
Sure.
Okay. The first item that we discussed tonight was the Edgemere Place subdivision. The subdivision plan to show the creation of parcel 1B-A, a 20 by 213.90 foot lot from tax parcel 33-14-43-29 with a residual lot of 0.71 acres. Parcel 1B-A has become an integral part of tax parcel 33-14-43-30, creating a 0.49 acres lot located along the north line of West 8th Street, east of Nevada Drive, and tract number 37.
I'll make a motion for approval.
Second? Doug seconded it. Any further discussion on this item?
No.
Ray, anything?
No, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Ray?
Aye.
Okay, any, one opposed? Okay, thank you. All right, the next item is subdivision plan for Whispering Woods Estates Phase 7C. It's a major subdivision plan to show the creation of lots 217 through 234 and lot 236A. 19 lots in total with associated stormwater, utilities, easements, and street improvements. The lots will have frontage along Mystic Ridge, which connects to Stone Creek Drive and Forest Crossing on track 354. All right, Ray, you have some questions.
First off, I'd like to thank everyone for indulging me that I can't be there in person. As Mr. Skelly will tell you, I never shy away from a meeting.
I already told him,
These are
yes.
strange.
It's already been done, Ray.
So anyway, I do have two questions. I didn't hear clearly what the conversation and resolution was on the conservation easement. Did I understand that it's the subdivision that enforces that?
As
It's
far as
the
we can tell, yes.
association. The association is the holder of the easement, meaning they would enforce it, but the township would have enforcement through its permitting process. Somebody wants to put a shed on it, they'd have to come get a permit, and then the township would say no.
I understand. The sheds aren't allowed up there anyway, I don't believe, by their
Right, you're
association,
right,
but I was just curious about that. The other question I would have, and remember, I'm a novice at this, I have a question about lot 225. That lot is pie-shaped and comes to a point in the back. Is that an appropriate building lot in Mill Creek Township? With the back coming to a point like that?
Mr. Reed, can you hear me?
Stand by a minute, Ray. We have Matt Wallinger is going to talk to you about that. He's
Okay.
coming to the front of the room right now.
Sorry, I moved closer here so you could hear me.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, it is clearly, certainly an irregular lot, but it does meet all of the township's minimum requirements as far as lot frontage, as well as lot area. So, well, you know, it is not necessarily a preferred shape, it is something that is permitted by our ordinance.
Okay, thank you. That was my question.
You know,
Thank you,
I did look at that too, and thought it was, I thought, you know, you could shave off the corner of 223 and kind of straighten out 225, but whatever works.
Okay. All right, any, other discussion amongst anybody here? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to. Doug Prozan's made a motion to approve this. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Tony has seconded it. Any further discussion on the item or issue? All in favor?
Aye.
Ray?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, thank you very much, folks. Okay, we do have, that takes care of the subdivision work tonight. We do have a couple of, items that Mr. Puz would like to discuss with us. You may
Good
have the
evening.
floor, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen. Just wanted to give you an update on the zoning ordinance.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the zoning ordinance is progressing. We're at the point that we almost have a final product. Just tying up some couple loose ends, and once we have that done, hopefully we'll get it out and start disseminating it. The Seldo subdivision and land development ordinance, that's in the process. We just started that. We actually have a meeting tomorrow to discuss it with the consultant to further that project. And the official map, I believe it's March 11th. And I do apologize. I had looked it up, but we're scheduling a public meeting, and we would like to, and obviously we would be inviting the planning commission. Hopefully you'd be able to attend. It'd be 5 to 7. But again, I believe it's March 11th, and I do apologize. I should have written it down. But
You're saying the meeting would be March 11th?
well, it's a public meeting. It's going to be in this room where it's kind of going to be set up like a open house where you can look at the different sections of the official map and make comments on it.
So it's just the official map on March 11th?
Yes, it is March 11th.
Yeah, okay.
I was like 98% sure, but
And then the zoning and the Saldo will be later.
correct,
Okay.
correct. And this is just a public meeting, just to let get the public out to actually look at it. There will be a public meeting in front of the planning commission, and then a public hearing in front of the board of supervisors. But the public meeting on March 11th is just like the introductory public outreach.
Okay. Now, we've reviewed it, our committee reviewed it, went to the supervisors, they tweaked it, however they tweaked it. So
Correct.
are we going to see this final draft before it goes to the public meeting?
We can,
Yeah, we can provide you with a copy. It still has to, this is just like an informational, educational step for
Oh,
the
it's not-
public.
Correct.
This does not
It's
begin
not
the
the hearing.
adoption process yet.
Mhm.
Correct.
All right, good.
I mean, we still will have to present it to you formally as part of the adoption process and go through your meetings.
Is it more accurate to describe it as an open house, as Matt had alluded to?
yes, yes.
Rather than a public meeting, which has a, clear definition of.
Yes,
It'll be interesting to see how many people come to an
Correct.
official map open house.
yes. I'll be
Dave,
there.
just so you know, we do, sorry, Matt, we do intend to send letters to anybody whose properties are directly affected.
Oh, okay.
So they'll be notified even before
Mhm.
the publication in the magazine and the full announcement for the public meeting. So we're going to try and do outreach and try and, speak one-on-one with them as much as we can.
Okay, then you'll schedule for us, presentation to us late after that.
Correct. Per the MPC, what will happen is the Board of Supervisors will forward it to the Planning Commission, which begins the 45-day comment period. The way the math works out, you'll have a meeting, you'll actually have 2 meetings. The first meeting will probably be when it's forwarded to you, and the second meeting will give you, about a month to actually review it, make your comments, and then come back and present any comments in an open forum, as well as having the public meeting in front of, with the public here. So they can also make comments.
Okay. So we're talking a couple, 3 months anyway.
Correct. I believe that the track we're on should finish up in June
All right.
with the final adoption.
Okay. Do you have anything else? Nope.
I'm good.
Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn then.
So moved.
Second? Second. All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Ray?
Aye, yes, sir.
Well, you can do is hang
Hey,
your
listen,
phone.
thank you, everyone.
Hang your
Thank you
phone
so
up.
much for your patience.
Okay, thank
I'm
you
gonna
very
hang
much.
up.
Nice meeting you.
See you, Ray.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
See you later, Dave. Adios.
Gone.
Adios.